What do you think of when you think of the word obedience? I don't know about you, but for me, I automatically think of disobedience. My brain immediately starts thinking about an angry parent scolding their child for not following directions, or a frustrated teacher yelling at her class to be quiet and follow the directions. For some reason, when I think of obedience, I automatically think of disobedience. Maybe you think of obedience like an obligation. Maybe for you, you think of obedience, you imagine someone with their head slumped down, dragging their feet to go and complete some task they'd rather not be doing. Regardless of what you think of when you hear the word obedience, I want to challenge each of us to think about obedience in two new ways: as a responsibility and as an opportunity. In 1 John chapter 2, we read about obedience, and the message is clear. Obedience to Jesus and his way of life is our responsibility once we've submitted our lives to him. For each of us who've decided to follow Jesus, obedience is our responsibility. God isn't up in the sky like an angry parent scolding their child, and he's not a frustrated teacher yelling at us to follow directions. God is a loving Father giving us a responsibility to be obedient in order to experience the life that is truly life. What if we could start thinking about obedience as responsibility? What about as an opportunity? In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus tells us, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with a lot. When we're trustworthy with the little that we have, when you and I are obedient with the little that we have, Jesus tells us that we'll also be trusted with much, with a lot. Being obedient, using our resources, our time, our money, our talents in ways that honor God and serve him, gives us the opportunity to be trusted with more and more and more, all for the glory and honor of Jesus. What if you and I could stop thinking about obedience as something we have to do and started looking at obedience as an opportunity and a responsibility?